I'll be frank, Donkey Kong Bananza is a really fun game. I wasn't originally planning on checking out this banana-filled 3D platformer, but the Bananza Direct changed my mind. Looking back at all the footage we had before this Direct, while it was clear that this was something made by the Odyssey team, the game didn't look all that special to me. But there's a pretty big difference between seeing footage of it and actually playing the game for yourself, because wow, I spent way too much time breaking stuff in the tutorial area. There's just something really fun and satisfying about breaking the terrain around you. Donkey Kong is really fun to move around, and the controls also feel really responsive. I was initially a little caught off guard by his new look, but it's grown on me. I mean, just look at this goofy goober. I won't go into detail, but I also really appreciated the story. While not as deep as the stories in certain other titles, I still really enjoyed it. The layers are also each really fun to go through. While it might be a stretch to call this game a platformer, I still did really enjoy traversing through the stages while breaking everything in my way and trying to find each hidden banana. Speaking of the bananas, I really like how there's this really funny sound effect that plays every time you get it. I've caught myself saying, "oh, banana," many times as well. I really like how they gave players a bigger incentive to search for the bananas. That being the skill tree. While not necessarily required, what it gives you are generally really helpful. I especially like the spin jump. Even though the extra height it gives doesn't seem to be much, it is one of the most helpful skills I've used. Donkey Kong, when with Pauline, also has these transformations he can do called Bananzas, and they allow him to do things he usually can't do. Some of these Bananzas I almost never use, but some of them are simply amazing. There's quite a lot to do in each of the layers you explore, and because of the way the gameplay works, it's actually possible to skip sections of the game. Although you probably won't be skipping them accidentally, but it still feels really nice when you skip to areas or get collectibles you aren't supposed to be able to get. For example, there's this banana on the third layer that I definitely think I shouldn't have been able to get. It was atop this giraffe-looking chimney far in the distance that I couldn't normally get to or climb up. But I figured that, although it would take some time, I could possibly get it. So although it took many attempts and a lot of time, I managed to build a bridge, build a way to the top, and maneuvered my way to the top of the chimney to claim my prize. Do I recommend anyone try this? No. But did it feel awesome? Heck yeah, it did. There are also various challenge levels in each area with its own little challenges. The challenges kind of remind me of the shrines from Breath of the Wild. Each usually contain 3 bananas to collect and are a nice change of pace from all the exploration. There are 4 types of challenges. Battle challenges, where you need to defeat all the enemies in an area within a set amount of time. 3D challenges, which are either platforming or puzzle challenges. 2D challenges, which are also sometimes reimaginings of Donkey Kong Country levels. And finally, bonus challenges, where you have a set amount of time to collect as much gold as you can. The soundtrack is also really nice. I especially like this one. Yep, that's Sticker Brush Symphony from Donkey Kong Country 2. I didn't grow up with it, but hearing it still makes me feel nostalgic. The difficulty is actually pretty easy in the beginning, but it becomes moderately difficult as you progress, with enemies doing increasingly more damage the lower you go. I'd say that most bosses are pretty easy, but there are a few exceptions, especially the final boss fight. I won't go into detail, but it's amazing. One of the best final boss fights I've ever played. They also have a side mode called DK Artist, which you can access from the title screen. They didn't have to include DK Artist, but it's a neat little bonus that I'm glad is there. It's a pretty small art maker thing, and the undo button only works for a single change, but it's a really neat way to test out the mouse controls, and it's also kind of fun to mess around in. This game really feels like a sequel to Mario Odyssey. While its post-game is smaller than Odyssey's, its main game feels a lot bigger. I really enjoyed every second of this game, and if you ever plan on getting a Switch 2, I highly recommend checking out Donkey Kong Bananza. That is all I really have to say about this game. Thank you for watching this video, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you for my next one. Bye!